Hello and welcome back to the Norwegian Championships 2019 Round 3 Back 9 coverage. Thank you to Guru Disc Golf and Latitude 64 for their support and SM Disc Golf Productions for getting this video made. Here are our scores. Peter Lunde, two-time defending champion, up by 9 over Håkon Kveseth. Knut Håland just one back of that, and Ståle Hakstad another 2 behind him. Hole 10, 11, and 12, probably the toughest 3-hole stretch on the course. Starting with 10, you've got a lot of out of bounds to worry about here. You can play safe up the middle if you want to try that. There is a giant backhand hyzer available, though you are really taking a big risk there if you don't swing back. And there's also a big forehand play. See how these guys go for it and how aggressive they want to get on a very treacherous par 3. Well, you can't really say big hyzer when Håkon's around without him looking at that route. That is his preferred play whenever he can do it. This is way out over the out of bounds. Looks like it's clearing every tree quite easily, swinging back, and it's going to swing a little too far. OB on that left side. Another big hyzer look. And that's nice. Sticks it in the middle, a little bit short of the basket. Look how tight this green is, though. So demanding to try to get close enough to really reap the rewards for the risky play. Peter must like that as he turns around pretty quickly. Yeah, he does. Great drive. He's absolutely parked. And even Ståle goes hyzer, but this looks pretty inside. He does stay in bounds, though. Plays the short hyzer. Looking just for a par there. Still got a lot of elevation to deal with, even from here. Well done. Knut for birdie. Good effort from outside 10 meters. Håkon for the penalty par, and he sticks that putt. A nice par from Ståle, and this will be Peter for the double-digit lead. Stays in there, great putt. Perfect drive, taking the big risk, and it pays off for him. Just on that left side, a little bit more to the right, and he would have had it. Good speed on the putt. Hole 11, the longest par 3 on the course at 149 meters with terrible rough on both sides. Another one where it's kind of how aggressive do you want to get. A beautiful hole to look at and try to throw, but so tough to get over the trees and get anywhere near the basket. Not any OB to worry about, but might as well be as thick as some of those trees are. Peter going to swing one out over the trees on the right side. That's a very common approach for this hole. And he clears all of the rough on the left. He's going to be happy with that. Let the other guys try to take a risk and come get a stroke off of him, as he is almost assuredly going to make par now. Håkon with the follow through, taking him fully off the tee pad. Big drive, quite a bit closer actually than Peter. He should have a 12-meter putt or so. Does Knut have the height, or is this going to be a disaster? I think it's neither. I think he did not have the height, and it's also not a disaster. He got through enough. I was worried that that was going to stay out right and really be a lot of trees between him and the basket, but I think he's going to be okay from there. He's already shown a bit of a penchant for making those uphill jumpers, so we'll see if he can get another good run at the basket. And Ståle is also drifting pretty right. Can this also sneak back a bit? There's a little more room over there than it looks like. It looks like there's kind of a secondary clearing back there. Maybe that shot not quite as risky as it looked. Although he does look like he has to go perhaps grenade? No, maybe just hyzer. Wow, what a shot. Fantastically played. Knut has a gap, just a little too low. Good effort. See if Håkon can pick up the birdie here. Not even 11 meters, just at the line. Ooh, the slope. That might be pretty punishing. We'll see if he rolled. I think he did roll a little. No, and he just can't get it to hang on there, and he'll have to take a bogey. Very treacherous pin position. You kind of have to run it. You're there at 10 and a half meters or so. Big drive. You have to go for that, and then you pay the price. Here we go on hole 12, one of the signature holes on the course, par 4, 267 meters going downhill. You got the pond kind of halfway up the fairway. Push the drive as far as you can while still staying kind of short of that and finding that green grass, and then you've got a technical shot kind of narrowing down as you go with the OB still in play over on that right side as you approach the green. Gonna need two really well thrown shots to have a putt here. Peter still with that 10-shot lead, really showing his class. This looks like a fantastic drive. Very well done. And Knut slides off the front of the tee. If you watched the front nine, this is the third time now that we've seen him slip. And you know it's in his head now. I mean, it's got to be affecting his shots, as he is having just such a hard time getting his footwork. His footing, really. Great drive there, conservatively to the middle. As Håkon gets a read on the wind. Pretty powerful shot here, pushing the limits of what this fairway has room for. That's still very well inbounds, though. Fantastic shot. I would think Knut's going to have to play a layup here. A little bit bigger shot than I thought he might be able to do. That's well done. Over the pond. Nice long shot there from Ståle. You can see how demanding that second shot is. His drive was solid, and he would need to throw such a long turnover to reach the basket in two. Håkon trying to show us exactly what that would look like. And he does. Fantastic. Turnover to flexing back at the perfect moment, keeping him out of the trees, and he should be inside the circle there. And Petter a little bit wild with that one, but he has cleared the out of bounds. Knut with the approach to the basket. Very well done. Shouldn't be too much trouble left for him from there. Best case scenario after the slip off the tee, no opportunity to play for the birdie three. Whew. Nice jump putt there from Petter. Impressive distance. And Ståle lays up another perfectly played hole for his game plan. Håkon for birdie. Nicely done. Highlight birdie there. Two perfect shots. As we see our other players with par putts, everyone able to stay in bounds. Håkon's birdie putt, really smooth, hardly any wobble. Well done. Back to the woods in hole 13, 85-meter shot, slightly uphill. It's a little bit tricky just due to the fact that you just came from those big open bombers and now you're back in a little technical control shot. And then obviously, sort of a theme of this course, these elevated baskets, tricky greens, really nice use of the land features here. And you've got to think before you run this putt with reckless abandon or you might be quite a distance past. And Håkon sneaks it out of the gap. That's really well done. See if he can make a little bit of a move here. And he'll get his opportunity, maybe. I thought Petter was not going to reach the basket. It looks like he won't. He does have a putt still, despite missing the gap. And look at Knut now setting the towel down. This is always a tough thing. You kind of end up thinking about your footing a little too much sometimes. But it looks like he's done really well this time. Maybe that's something he can count on for the remainder of this round to help him be a little bit more confident with his shots, not having to worry about falling off the edge of these tees. And I don't have to worry either because I'm honestly a bit worried about him hurting himself the way he keeps slipping. Great shot from Ståle. I would expect a layup here, but we'll see. Yep, nicely done. A little low for Knut. And Håkon, 8-meter putt up the hill. This may roll. Okay, good. It doesn't. But an opportunity missed there to close that gap down. And there's really not a lot of time to be missing opportunities. As solid as Petter is, the number of holes remaining in this championship, not a lot of chances going to present themselves. Pars for the group on 13. Hole 14 over the pond, out of the gap. So this is a little bit of a tricky shot just because you're mentally a little bit more worried about that water hitting that gap. Paramount, make sure you get out. If you take a bad kick, you're almost certainly going to be wet to start the hole. There's also OB on the right side if you try to play a little bit too safe. I do like that design feature when you have the water scaring players. Don't allow them to just bail out way, way right. Make them think a little bit about that shot as well, as this is hung out pretty wide. Wow, and he claws his way up the hill. Will it stop? Yes. You do have to worry about the water as well on the putt. You could definitely roll into it. Petter, very well thrown there. Looked like a putter. This does look like it's going to put a run on it. Will it stop before the water? I don't think so. Good forehand play there, leaving a putt, but it's going to be a bit of a nervy putt, I think. Knut is low on the save, and he rolls a lot, but he doesn't roll OB. Could be his turn again. Nope, they're going to go to Ståle next. A little bit low. Wow, the power on that putt is really impressive. No fear. Håkon in for birdie, and Petter, I'm sure, will do the same. Nice birdie. Get a nice slow-mo look at Petter's driving form, keeping that eye contact forward as long as possible. A nice follow-through on the putter. Hole 15, 106 meters, one of the easier holes on the course. Just a beautiful hole as well going over. You see the drop zone there for all out-of-bounds drives. So that is something to think about. If you do go out of bounds, it is not going to be a 3P. You're going to be saving your 4 at best. See what these guys do here to get over the water. You have the option of a little hyzer, but probably the most common play is going to be a turnover or a forehand. Nice to see a Sexton Firebird out flying on this beautiful course. As Håkon goes a little bit early with it, but the gallery loves it. This is likely to be that turnover play. Staying left of the two trees. Oh no, it's the hyzer. A little bit tighter option, but works great. I thought he would go with the turnover. This looks like it's turning nicely. Starting to fade a little bit late. Pretty overstable disc, actually. And he's going to be a little bit outside the circle with an obstructed putt. And just a putter for Knut here. Over 100 meters. No problem. Forced to lay up there. That's a bit frustrating, I'm sure. Håkon unable to connect. Petter with a birdie look. 7 or 8 meters away. And another spit out. Wow. Brutal. Nice birdie from Knut. Great drive, great putt. And it's going to be par for everyone else. Trying to give those chains a little test, figure out how that happened. Oh, are they going to make us watch it again? Oh, that is rude. That is very rude. Straight back out at him. Hole 16, the only par 5 on the course, 300 meters. You see, even though the drive is pretty downhill, plus 1 meter overall on the whole elevation change, and you see OB just everywhere around the hole on all sides. This one is averaging a full stroke over par, even at par 5. So just a horrendously difficult hole for these players. We'll see if anybody is able to get in birdie position. It's going to be a huge pickup if you're able to make that birdie 4. Really an opportunity to gain a significant number of strokes against your competitors. All OB on the drive is going to go to a drop zone here, so keep that in mind. We might see an OB right off the bat. I don't think that fought back. No, it did not. So he's going to have to advance to the drop zone. After that, it's going to be normal OB rules, but on the tee, everybody's going to the same place. And Håkon going big. Holy cow, right to the center. I'm told this hole has never been eagled. I wonder if Håkon has the opportunity to maybe change that. That drive looked massive. Petter with a good kick to find his way inbounds. And Ståle, great angle control there, turning it and flexing back just perfectly. Here is the drop zone. Knut's got the towel down, gonna go for power. And he still slips. Stays very low, but inbounds. Not sure Petter quite liked what happened there, but I mean, that's a good result. Maybe he was going for a little more distance, or maybe the uphill run-up was just difficult for him. Looked a little bit awkward. And Ståle stays inbounds. Very well done. Still a lot of work left, but let's see how big Håkon goes here. Can he really reach the green in 2 shots? He would like to. Oh, and it fades down out of bounds. All the distance was there. Pretty incredible. 300 meters covered in 2 shots. This is also in a bit of danger. No, it isn't. It's a fantastic shot. Maybe one of the best we've seen today. I thought that was going to flex out and fall down that same hill, but the angle just perfect, the aim perfect, as it just slides to a stop right next to the basket. What a save that will be if he can connect on the putt. Ooh, nice reaction off the ground there to stay in bounds. I like the forehand play here, given the slope and the out of bounds where it is. Well done. And Petter will lay up, taking an easy par if he can not get a spit out on that putt. I've seen him take 2 pretty tough ones already this round. Håkon for the extremely rare penalty birdie. Just low. Yikes. Petter on that right side. Not quite the perfect putt, but it slices right through and out the back. What a par save from Knut. It's going to be the lone bogey for Petter. Everyone else making par. Hole 17, going downhill 115 meters. This one is an island green, so if you go OB and you don't make it to the green, you're going to a drop zone that is roughly 80 meters away from the basket still. So you've got a lot of work left. Beautiful little bridge there, perhaps a holdover from the old golf course, or maybe just something that these guys built. This is just an amazing property. I cannot wait to play here if I ever get so lucky to have the chance. See what these guys do with the tee shot. Out of bounds is a big risk here. Tough to go down a hill and keep the disc flat long enough to not push the edges. As you see, this pretty well thrown to about 12 meters. Gonna have a very risky putt with the water right behind the pin. I thought we might see this. This is a nice option going down the steep hill to remove the glide factor and drop the disc straight down on the pin. Very well thrown there. Showing that javelin form a little bit. I thought maybe Ståle might go with that as well. Maybe it's a little bit long. He goes with the backhand. Is it hooking enough? I don't think so. And that is OB. And Petter outright with the overstable disc. This ought to be pretty good. Wow, too overstable. Is he in or out? He's in, folks. Just barely hangs on. This is that drop zone. Still requiring an X step and a big hyzer to get there. Well done. Wow, what a place to play some disc golf. In between the big rock cliff behind him. You can hear the stream going by. Nice conditions to lay one up when you're sitting on a huge lead. Really no reason to get crazy there. See what Knut goes low. I think he might have stayed safe. I couldn't tell. Håkon misses it low, and it's going to roll. Again, I could not quite tell. In for the bogey after the out-of-bounds drive. Oh, and we've got group decision time. Must be close. I speak fluent Norwegian. What they're saying now is if it's in the water, it's out of bounds, but if it's over the grass, it's safe. Tomahawk drive from Håkon. Hole 18, par 4, 210 meters. You've got the little island green. After you throw the first shot, get up there to the end of that landing zone or as close as you can, and then the crossing shot to the small island green. You've got some tricky bunkers in there as well that are playing as hazard, so even if you do clear the wall, the trouble is not entirely over. Very treacherous finishing hole. Big drive here. Ooh, sneaks through. Got a little bit right on him. And Håkon turned this too much. I think he may be in bounds. I didn't see an OB graphic come up. Peter flattens that out really nicely at the top of the flight, just chewing up distance. Great drive. That's a popular landing area over there. Scared of that left OB. End up overturning the shot. See how tough it is for those guys to get back to the fairway. As we see one of them pitch out, I'm not sure who. And here is Knut going for the basket. I don't think he made it, so he's going to advance to the end of the first inbounds area. but he will not get to advance onto the island. Oh no. The short pitch out fails. And Håkon's going to have to try again. Uh-oh. Wow, was he really going for the island from there? Kind of hard to tell if it was a misplay, trying to push the layup as far as it could go, or if he was really trying to make the island from in the woods. Oh, and Petter also with a miscue on the right side. He's going to fall OB as well. Ståle onto the green. He'll have a putt, I think, for par. This will be Knut's par effort. Petter lays up. And Håkon from a very similar spot. Although I believe this should be for a bogey. Nice shot. In for par. The only player to keep it inbounds on all their shots. This hole really treacherous for our lead group today. Bogey for Knut. Double bogey for Håkon. And a bogey for Petter. Thank you guys again for tuning in and watching this round 3 coverage from the Norwegian National Championships. Thanks to Guru and Latitude 64 for their support, and SM Disc Golf Productions for bringing this video to us. I really appreciate the opportunity to bring this commentary to you guys. As we see, standings relatively unchanged for the round. Petter holding on to that 9-shot lead. We're going to have the same card for round 4 on the same course, so we'll see if these guys can put a run together, try to close that gap down a little bit, but it is going to be tough. Thanks everyone for watching. Tune in and keep an eye on the channel for round 4 coverage coming very soon.